Hi there, my name is John Stevens, pastor of Zion Lutheran Church in Oregon City, Oregon, and we are part of the ELCA, and welcome to Dollar Store Children's Sermons, where I take a look at the lectionary text and I tie them to an item from the Dollar Tree, or the junk drawer, or the kids' room, or the garage. You know how I've been doing it? That was a thing that just ran right together. You know how we've been doing it. Anyway, yeah, this is for the narrative lectionary, and it's looking at the Gospel of Mark as we're entering into that. And the commentary for this text is so good, and it really fed into this children's sermon, and using that as a springboard for this and all that. So first of all, you are rocking it. Thank you so much for the love that you're sharing with your congregations and your kids and your families. And thank you for spending a little bit of your time with me in this way. And thank you for your partnership in this ministry. A springboard upon springboard upon springboard. First of all, at the Dollar Tree and many other stores, it's Valentine's Day. I mean, they're already rolling out Valentine's Day. We are in the second Sunday after the Epiphany, and we've got green all around if you're following that. But for the stores, it's Valentine's Day. And I mention that because by the time we get to Valentine's Day, especially with the Dollar Tree, all kinds of things are going to be gone, and they're going to be rolling out. So there's I went there this last week, and there is amazing stuff. I got to grab one other thing. Right here, I've got tissue paper, and I've got all this kind of stuff. You know, anyway. So there are two things that I grabbed. Now there are so much. There's so much stuff there, and yeah, just overload. I mean, sometimes I walk through and I just have to breathe and see and go. So I got two things that I'm going to be using at some point. And the reason I'm showing these to you is so that might stimulate, you might go take a look and see if there's stuff that you want to grab. One is these stamps, and at some point we're going to use them. At some point it's going to be where we take a stamp and we put a stamp as a reminder, not on the forehead, but we're going to remind ourselves that we are marked on the forehead. But see right there? You rock. You rock, my friends. You are rocking it. And so I was like, I saw that and I'm like, oh yeah, that's great. But we've got heart, we've got love. Oh yeah, this here, look at that. Love never fails. So yeah, love never fails. And that's, I mean, talk about grace upon grace upon grace. So there can be that. And then the thing I like hearing is, sorry about all the crinkling noises. Not really sorry, but it's pretty loud. But this is in the party favors, and they're bouncy balls, but inside the bouncy balls, they're little hearts. And you can talk about how love springboards us, springs us into the world. So we've got those the balls. So springboards for things to come. But I always feel like I grab some of these and I'm like, oh, we're going to do these and I will use them. But by the time I go to use them, they're gone. So the stamps, though, yeah, talk about amazing. So the commentary points out, and you probably recognize this as well, but Mark is a fast-paced gospel. Immediately, and immediately they went there, and immediately went there, and immediately, Jesus, and they immediately followed. All this, and you get that, and you're like, whoa. And then Jesus moves in to the parables, or Mark moves into Jesus teaching the parables, and you've got all this immediacy, and then you have this almost this rest, this paying attention to the planting and the growing and the watering and this, and where it's like it moves me, and then rest, and this and this. And one of the springboards is to talk about that pattern, and to talk. We're moving into the parables of there's growth, there's planting of the seed, there's these things that happen, to talk about why is it green in the church. If you have moved your colors, if you've moved from white for Christmas and Epiphany, and then you've moved into green, you can talk about why is it green. And the green is all focused on our growth. that when something is once a plant is green, when something's growing, that there's a sense of being alive, and that green reminds us of our growth in Christ and because and through Christ as we grow in our lives with Jesus and with one another. So that green can be a connection or springboard. Now, I put on the blog that the springboard I'm really thinking of is that game that we play, red light, green light, where you have kids and you can do if you have a setting where you can do this in Sunday school, or you can do this down the aisle of the sanctuary. Have the kids at the very end, and then you go green light, and the kids red light, and they stop. Green light, red light, and in that sense of, and then talk about Mark, talk about how the ride and all this, everything's happening, and then Jesus slows us down. Is it important to slow down? Is it important to slow your roll? Is it important to take a moment? Go, when I get upset, when I get angry, I have to slow down. When I want to pay attention, sometimes I have to slow down. And in just that ebb and flow of the gospel. And I think it feels to me that there is an important thing there. And so that's the springboard. I'm looking at growth in green, and I'm looking at that game, red light, green light, and moving, and that. I think it would be amazing if you do that. Film it and share it with me, please. I would love to see it. So those are the springboards that we're working with. As I film in this, I mentioned in the Revised Common Lectionary Dollar Store Children's Sermon that this coming week, so this is for the 14th, this coming week I'll be at Extravaganza, the Extravaganza in New Orleans, with so many of you. I'm so looking forward to it. It's my first Extravaganza. I'm very excited. I get to lead 2 workshops and 3, counting one online. So if you're attending online, I look forward to seeing you there on Zoom. But yeah, I'm very, very excited. So still prepping about what I'm going to say, making sure I got all my squirrels in a row. Ducks in a row. No, I don't have ducks. I have squirrels. But yeah, so looking forward to seeing you. If you see me, say hi. I really appreciate it. And anyway, so that's the springboards all around the board. Thank you for spending time with me in this way. Thank you for the love that you're sharing with your kids and your congregations and your families. You are rocking it. And thank you for your partnership in this ministry. All right? Peace. We'll see you next time.